he's got a great voice.
Yeah, he's got a great voice. Okay. All right, so we should do cereal, huh?
Yep, cereal. Right. What's on? Okay.
I kind of forget how to do this. And I hate saying I forget how to do this because it sounds so played up. It sounds like, oh, he's doing the thing. Okay.
Well, I think we should have some kind of preamble. Maybe we'll cut it. We should have some preamble talk about like what's going on with cereal.
Okay, yeah, sure. So cereal has been kind of, what's the word for it? It's not on the back burner, but we're doing it as we become available to it.
We're inspired.
There you go.
We're not doing it on a strict schedule.
We're not doing it on a strict schedule right now. We're doing it as inspired. I like that. As inspired.
I would rather do an episode whenever there's something that's really exciting than like a dozen. It's all right.
Right.
Cereals, so
I don't even know if I'm going to say it here or keep it here, but like I have been able to get my creative juices out as Marstead does with his Twitch channel. I do a podcast weekly. So it's not, I don't get bored sitting around. You know what I mean? I am putting out content. It's just not serial content. Yep. But it's weird because I advertise the serial content on the podcast every week. I'm like, go check out KATT'N But it's good because some people might not have seen the old videos.
Nice backlog, yeah.
Right. But I was telling Marcel a few weeks ago, like, these platforms aren't cross-compatible. I can't come on the serial channel and be like, check out the podcast because, a lot of cursing on there. a lot of explicit content. Serials for kids. This podcast is not for kids.
PG-13 is this. Exactly.
Yeah. And this is and the podcast is very rated R.
A character in a Tarantino movie can tell you to go watch Star Wars. But tell you to go
exactly. So, but that's what I've been up to, and it's been really fun. But I do still eat cereal, and cereal is still delicious. But I do feel like we kind of got to a point too where we were like going down the aisles and nothing was really new.
That's the other thing is that I think when we first start the channel, there's so many things to talk about. And
right.
Now you basically have to wait for the market to churn something out. And even sometimes they churn stuff out and it's like, oh, it's peanut butter and every cereal.
yeah.
It's every cereal and marshmallows. And we could do those, but at some point it's just like, you know what it's
right, you know what this is going to taste like. We don't have anything here. But and you know what's weird about the cereal market and what I've kind of noticed is that there'll be like dry spells where there's like nothing new coming out, or if you do get something new, it's just like this plus marshmallows, like you were saying. But then when it feels like they all hit at once when they do start coming out with the new stuff. Like when I was in the cereal aisle a couple of weeks ago, there were 3 new cereals there, which is a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a hype week.
I always check. And it's maybe 1.
So when I saw them, I picked up a couple boxes of there's even been some cereals that I put back that I was just like, you know what? This is not, KATT'N CRUNCH can't handle this. Like there's some cereals that I put back and some that was just like, strawberry and vanilla O's. And I was like, well, there's nothing here. There's nothing exciting here. But today, but today we are not suffering from that problem.
We're inspired. The muse has arrived.
We are inspired. We are terrified. We are hungry.
So we should be. Earlier you said we're only going to do this when we find a cereal we're excited about, but excited is not always necessarily the word.
Yeah. We are motivated. We are motivated, but excited, not the word. Not the word. So before I even show y'all the box, let me just say that. So I tangled with this box for a long time because, as you guys know here, the avid fans of the channel, I am a fan of bright cereals. Yeah. Rainbow Bright is a cereal I've been chasing for a long time. And anytime I can get my hands on a cereal that I think might be bright, I like to try it.
And if you don't know what bright means, it's basically Fruity Pebbles.
It's kind of a fruity flavor, but not in the sense of this fruity flavor tastes like fruit. Yeah. It's like the opposite direction. This fruity flavor tastes like colors.
Yes, it's the color.
Is that a better way to explain it? This strawberry tastes like the color of strawberry, not the fruit strawberry.
There's like a snap, and since you've described it to me, and we've had a couple cereals that you've described as bright, it's a very specific thing.
Very specific.
Snap is not the best word, but like when you first put it in your mouth, you can like feel the outer layer dissolve.
Yeah, it's got bite.
That's a better word.
Bite. Today's cereal is based on an extremely bright flavored hard candy.
Those are a lot of to put in a cereal.
And before I even show the box again, I just want y'all to, I want to talk about this because we've had another cereal that we tried that was based on a hard candy.
Yep.
And I'm starting to wonder, like, why are the cereal companies looking at the candy aisle and feeling like these are things we need to turn into cereal? Yep. I'm telling y'all now, I'm going to call it now. Let's put it on record. A Snickers cereal is coming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we will play back that clip in black and white once we go to review the Snickers cereal.
A Snickers cereal is going to come.
Milky Way cereal.
Yeah, we are going to get a Snickers cereal one day. Like, even me saying that out of my mouth, I don't even know how we haven't gotten it already.
I know, right? Yeah, why? It's interesting that we didn't pivot.
We got Reese's Puffs.
Chocolate's already accepted in cereal, right? And peanut butter's already accepted in cereal. So you think before we make it to the like fruity hard candies, we would have already been through every chocolate bar
there is.
Crunch cereal and Butterfinger cereal.
You know what might even be easier is like Twix. You got a chocolate puff, a cookie puff.
There you go.
And then you just need to simulate caramel side.
That might actually be good. But anyway.
This is why y'all need to hire me. Y'all probably would hire me if I did more episodes. But let's get to the cereal finally without further ado. Today's flavor, Jolly Rancher cereal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jolly Rancher, the hard candy, presents the cereal. And it says on the box, naturally and artificially flavored. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Because I do understand that food companies like to get away with saying this is naturally flavored when they know that it was made in some sort of like Russian factory. Yeah. But why you would need to put both on there? Like, who wants both?
No, I see. There are.
Who cares?
There are fruits where I like the artificial version of that fruit.
Sure.
Because it doesn't taste the same. It's a different chemical.
Artificial strawberry, great. Strawberries,
we've decided
just okay.
that certain flavors, like this is what artificial watermelon tastes like, and it's not
delicious
at all like what real watermelon tastes like at all. But that's just what we've decided. So let's all agree. You know? Right. So what's the natural flavor they're going to use? Like, I guarantee you that if you look, well, actually, I can't guarantee. Let me Google it.
That's what this is about. This is about never guaranteeing anything. I miss this channel. I miss this show so much.
So let me look at the Jolly Rancher candy bag because I suspect, I won't guarantee, I suspect that Jolly Rancher candy.
Let's put a pack of Jolly Ranchers like right here. Oh my God.
Jolly Rancher hard candy says naturally and artificially flavored, which is horseshit. There is a tub of blue and a tub of green.
For sure. So here's one of the first things that concerns me. And I made a point not to look at this box much when I got it home because I wanted to save all my reactions and content for you guys. It concerns me that on a box with such a like, what's the word I want to use? Such an ambitious cereal. Yeah. Right? Like, for those of you that have never had Jolly Ranchers, it is an ambitious candy. Sharp, bitey, very bright, very loud, almost on the verge of sour without it even being the sour type. So when you have such an ambitious flavor, the fact that there's like almost nothing on the back of the box concerns me. What's that say? That says, we've got a hunch that you'll love it a bunch. Because we've got that fruity crunch. It's a wrap. So they gave us like 4 bars of wrap on the back of the box. And they gave us nothing.
I really like that box. I'm going to tell you right now.
Aesthetics?
That might be my favorite cereal box. Other than a couple things like the family size marker at the top. Like, it's just a very clean, flat, minimalist design. There's a lot of cereals where there's just too much shit on there. There's all this text on the back. Like,
I'm with you. They completed it too. It's not like that frozen cereal where it's like it's all blue and nice here, and then it's blue and nice here, and then you just got like white everywhere else. Like, look,
it's a nice matte blue box.
Very pretty, right?
But to your point was that you're concerned that they're not. So, like, okay, the most comparable cereal that we've done on this channel so far, I think, without having opened the box, is definitely going to be Sour Patch, right?
Yeah, I would say Sour Patch. What all those have? Sour Patch or those Fruity Lucky Charms?
Fruity Lucky Charms, right. Sour Patch, though, like, the way, it's hard to describe this, but I felt the appropriate amount of shame on the Sour Patch box. Like, we know. You know, we know. Right. We're sorry. This one, there's no shame. They're just like, yeah, it's Jolly Rancher cereal. You have no reason.
They feel like they're sticking their chest out, which I'm starting to feel a little bit better about it as we talk about it and we analyze this box, because I feel like General Mills feels like they have a solid product.
Yeah.
Looking at this box, looking at this presentation, it feels like to me that they really like tried in the factory on this. Like you get some cereals where you can tell that they put more effort into the box and trying to get this in a little kid's hands than they did on the actual contents.
Yeah.
I feel like they tried here.
Yeah.
Because although we just both complimented the box, I don't feel like they spent so much effort on trying to get this in kids' hands.
Right.
I think they just was like, hey man, we was sitting around thinking and we like Jolly Ranchers and we think we can do this. We might have a good one on our hands here.
Well, now it's turning from trepidation to excitement.
And
now we're going to be
excitement's more dangerous. And you know what else I want to talk about is like the cereal pieces on the box where they show like the texture and stuff. So those look different from any other pieces that I've had. Sure. Like the square but rounded but puffed. Because for me, texture is big when it comes to cereal. And like when you put a spoonful of a cereal in your mouth, the texture plays a big part of how you feel about the flavor. Like honeycombs has an amazing texture. Yeah. And if this texture is right, it could play a big part in how good this cereal tastes.
Are you
dry and wet?
Are you seeing? Is that like a glaze on the? If you see how
that's I was going to comment. Yeah, it does look like it's a bit glazed, and I wonder if that's like a sour glaze, a sugar glaze, or if it's not even really there. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you get like a powdery glaze, and it certainly does not look like a powdery glaze. Sure. It looks like a shiny glaze, and I'm curious to see if that's there when I open this box. But before I open the box, let's talk a little bit about Jolly Ranchers, shall we? So, are you a Jolly Ranchers fan?
I do like Jolly Ranchers, yeah.
I like that answer. Because I feel like that's the common, like...
Yeah, not like I'm super in Jolly.
I like Jolly Ranchers, right? Like, I don't think anybody is like, I'm Jolly Rancher, man. I got a jacket that says Jolly Ranchers in the back. If I'm in the mood for candy, which I'm rarely in the mood for candy, but if I'm in the mood for candy and somebody has a Jolly Rancher, I'll take one. I'm never like, ew, Jolly Ranchers. You know what I mean? I'll take one. But do you remember when Jolly Ranchers had the, when they weren't like the bite-sized candies, individually wrapped like Tootsie Rolls, but when they had the long sticks?
No, I don't even know.
They had long sticks in the vein of Laffy Taffy.
What? Oh, what?
Yeah! Welcome to KATT'N CRUNCH. I remember the dumbest shit, bro.
Wait, do they even make it that way anymore?
Bro, I liked them better in those sticks. So they were like long, for those of you, I guess we'll try to put one up on the screen, but they were like long, almost like ruler shaped, right? And I liked them better in that stick consistency because you could kind of like put them on your tongue and suck on them, pull them out.
Yeah.
When you pop a Jolly Rancher in the miniatures, you're committed. You are fully committed to that bright flavor. Who thinks about this, right?
You can't bail.
You can't bail. You can't bail. Like once you pop watermelon, you got watermelon for the next 30 to 40 minutes. But with the stick, you could like open it in a way to where you could like suck on it, get the flavor, and you could almost kind of close it up and stash it. This is
I never thought about the fact that when you eat a Jolly Rancher.
But do you feel like that would be a plus for you?
Absolutely, I see what you're saying.
If you could bail on a Jolly Rancher at any time?
Bail on a Jolly Rancher is to bite the Jolly Rancher.
And then you're still not bailing, you're just like, it's like what happens when you're like, when you're walking a long distance and you don't want to do the walk, so you just start sprinting. You're still going the distance, but you're just getting it over with. So if you were to have access to a Jolly Rancher stick, would you try one?
Yeah, I would try one, absolutely.
I feel like you would be telling me, like, Kat, they should have never gotten rid of this. Yeah. This is the way Jolly Ranchers should continue to be consumed. I understand moving to the miniatures from a practicality standpoint.
Yeah, my fear is the stickiness. I mean, I suppose you could open the...
Yeah, you just split the top and then you pull it apart like a Laffy Taffy, and then you're holding the paper so it's not getting all on your fingers. Okay. I really hope that we're describing this good enough for people at home that have never had a Jolly Rancher.
The pictures on the internet.
The pictures will show you.
We'll make it very clear.
Okay. You want to open the box?
Let's get into it.
Too much tangent?
Yeah, let's see.
I love a good tangent. But I am excited to open this box. I do want to smell them because I do feel like the smell is going to tell us a lot.
What's the chance of this being Rainbow Bright like?
For me, looking at the cereal on the front of the box, 10-15% chance.
Okay.
Why so low?
Yeah.
So there's something about the texture, and not only the texture, but Jolly Ranchers, if they're trying to make these taste like Jolly Ranchers, Jolly Ranchers don't taste like Rainbow Bright.
Sure.
So if these taste like Rainbow Bright in any way, they're wrong by sense of Jolly Ranchers flavor. So
but I think I'm going to ask that question.
Now, if they fucked it up, and then they do taste like Rainbow Bright, I ain't going to be mad.
Right.
I'm just going to eat the whole box.
You'll hit them on a different category.
And I'll tell them, like, you know these ain't Jolly Ranchers, right? Woo. Bro. Okay, so audience, usually y'all see me open the cereal and then I put my standard patented amount of hole in the bag. I got the bag this far open.
Wow.
And a gust of smell hit me. Bro, I barely got these open and I'm already smelling them. The shine is there, but it's not as shiny as the front of the box. But it's good that it's there in any capacity. So good on General Mills for not lying about the gloss. Yeah. Because I think the gloss is important for a shiny hard candy like Jolly Ranchers. You need to have that gloss there. Mm-hmm. So the smell, very industrial.
Okay.
There is only like a hint of actual Jolly Rancher smell, which Jolly Ranchers have a very strong smell. Yeah.
What do you mean by industrial smell?
It smells very much like, and I'm not talking about the cardboard of this box, but it smells like the pieces. Oh, I got a bit of a headache. The pieces smell like a very factory-made, mass-produced puff. Okay.
Can you give me an example of a cereal that does not smell factory-y at all? Like, did Cheerios smell factory-y?
Cheerios kind of do. Okay. Especially plain Cheerios. What has a bit of a more natural... Frosted Flakes. Okay. Frosted Flakes like when you smell Frosted Flakes, it smells like cereal. This smells like product. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to better... No, it is. I don't like smelling cereal and it smell like machinery or product or... I just smell the artificial on this cereal. Now, the flavor might still be good, but I'm just telling y'all from the smell test, not great. Okay. Like, this smells like factory. And the more times I smell it, the batter.
Oh, no.
We should put batter on the screen. The batter it smells. I know batter's not a word, but it smells batter and batter every time. Oh, that's way more batter. Good size pieces, though. I like the size of these pieces. Let's get camera B going. Check it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, those are some good size pieces. I don't know if that's going to be a bad thing when I go to spoon them in the milk, but
do you have the shotgun?
Yes. Okay. Yes, I did. Yeah. And I didn't even do that on purpose. I just grabbed it. Okay. But yes, I do have the shotgun, so we are prepared. But those are some good size pieces, y'all.
Yeah,
so I'm okay with that.
They're starting to push the boundary of what's acceptable for size in the piece, right? Like, what is the largest acceptable cereal piece to you?
Honeycomb.
Honeycomb. Preloaded.
Honeycomb easily. Because I always, even as a kid, and this is why I was born to do this channel, even as a kid when I used to eat honeycomb, it used to blow my mind that they would have pieces so big and it was acceptable.
They would be so audacious.
Yeah, because even as a kid when I used to eat honeycomb, I would say, if this was anything else, any other cereal that I can think of this big, I would not be happy. Like if they decided to make big pebbles, like big rocks, I would be mad because like I don't want any other cereal that big.
I'm laughing because I'm just picturing very young, like 10-year-old
sitting here like, thinking. I'm
this company
sitting
has
at
the audacity.
Yeah, look at my and I'm not joking with y'all. Like I used to think about stupid things like this as a kid. I'm ready. I'm going to do the dry test. I want to pass the box to production so he can dry test it with me. I wonder if they flavor these colors differently. We didn't get on that because each color of Jolly Ranchers does taste different. Flavor. So I'm going to try green first. Okay. Doesn't taste extremely bright, dry right away. At least the green didn't. Which color did you try first?
I tried a green as well. And
it didn't taste extremely bright. It tasted acceptable, which is fine. Like, I don't want to be put off by too strong of a flavor in the cereal.
It's like bright, but without the bright bite. I don't know if that makes sense. But
yeah. Almost kind of like Trix.
Oh, Trix is like that? Okay.
Trix is kind of like that, yeah. I love being able to describe stuff and you're like, oh, that's what Trix is like? Never had Trix. I like somebody that sits and analyzes cereal talking to somebody barely eats cereal.
I hate cornflakes. Plain, dry cornflakes.
I can't wait to talk about cornflakes. Okay, I want to try a red one and see if it's any different from the green. Uh-oh. It was slightly different from the green.
Wait, so that's bad?
Yes. Remember, we've talked about this before. I don't want my cereal pieces to be different. That's why I didn't like the, what would we do? Chocolate peanut butter pebbles?
Right, because yeah.
I don't like it when they separate the, like, but then again, I get it. They're Jolly Ranchers. You can't just make a default Jolly Rancher taste for every puff to taste like, so I get it. I'm just not a big fan, but I get it. I think if I had to decide either way, I would do it the way they're doing it.
Sure.
I'm just worried. I'm just worried is all. Okay, I'm going to try the blue one. Did you have the blue one?
I did, yeah.
Not good? Blue raspberry is stupid anyway. There's not even such a thing as a blue raspberry.
Green apple is the worst one to me. Green apple corrupts whatever it's part of.
Uh-oh. You think so?
So different.
I mean, they're all just...
Well, I this is a tangent, but I have a prejudice against green apple because of what it did to Skittles.
Oh.
Like, to me, the correct way to eat Skittles is a handful of Skittles. And back when
you get green apple in there, it just hits
It corrupts the handful.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Did you have to make the switch to tropical berry after that?
I've done tropical. It's
not the same.
Skittles is dead.
Skittles is dead. Is it corn, wheat? Well, this is... I like it when they put it on the front of the box because it kind of, to me, means they're proud. But when they don't put it on the front of the box, that means that it's industrial, which is why it smells the way it smells.
Okay. 3
whole grain corn, sugar, rice. It's a little bit of everything so they can say it's food. I thought it was going to be like a jump straight out immediately and then calm down, but it's the opposite. Like, it tastes like a puff. And then it tastes like whatever the source material is, whether it be the red cherry or
we'll put a graph on the screen of like the spike. Do you have any fear with the milk?
I am scared that once the milk hits, that they're going to be too bright. Milk thermos, keep that on cold. As the kids say, keep that on cold. That's what the kids say now.
Yeah, that's
I hear them all the time. Keep that on cold, bruh.
The Zoomers.
Nobody says that.
What's the cereal that's too bright?
Trolls. Trolls came out with a cereal, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the cartoon series on Nickelodeon, came out with. So you have to say all those words because Turtles have had so many cereals. But both of those cereals were too bright, and I didn't enjoy eating them because it's like throughout the entire. God damn! I'm trying to talk about this, and I'm trying to talk about. So those were too bright. Now I need to stop saying that so I can say this. This stinks. Cereal and milk. This smells awful.
It smells bad.
Once the milk hit, the industrial smell of it just turned way up. Smell that bowl.
Oh yeah, that's
right.
Oh,
that really stinks.
And like because I think each.
Woo! That smells bad. That's why I don't like. Oh, that's so bad. That's why I don't like greens or chitterlings or any of that stuff. If it don't smell good, I can't mess with it, man. Let me hurry up and try these. Whoa! The milk hit it. Now it tastes like candy.
What?
Try these.
You're kidding.
Try these, bro.
I don't eat milk, but I will try one.
Now they taste like candy. What is the deal? What is that? They taste like candy now, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Before they just tasted like, I don't know.
When you're biting it, you start to get the bright, as your teeth like brush onto the piece, you feel like the little spikes, but did not get it dry. What's happening?
Now they taste like Jolly Ranchers. Not in a good way.
You're like, whoa!
Wait, let me be clear.
Yeah,
I don't want the audience to be confused. These are gross. We might be walking these to the dumpster.
Yeah, this is the dumpster level.
We haven't had a dumpster cereal in a while.
No.
And I know, what was the first one we dumped in the dumpster?
Pop-Tarts.
Okay. So it's really weird. I'm going to take one more bite of these for y'all just for research because I don't want to eat these. A few of them. Oh, God. So the Pop-Tart cereal got thrown in the dumpster, and it was our first ever dumpster cereal because it was offensively bad.
Yeah.
Right? This is not offensive to me. Like, it's funny how bad this is. Like, the dry test cereal was just like, it's kind of uneventful, and then it spikes up and it tastes like cherries or blue raspberry. But now, after hitting the milk, this is an atrocity.
Wow.
That is not good.
How is it? It seems to me that this should have happened.
How would that happen?
Yeah, because the Sour Patch Kids should have been the atrocity. It seems so obvious.
Right. We were both fully prepared for Sour Patch Kids to be like, this is going to suck. This is going to be gross. There's no reason for this to taste any kind of good. Yeah. And we were like, not bad. Not bad. This could be considered cereal if it wasn't sour. Mm-hmm. But that is bad. It smells bad. It tastes bad. That is bad. The only thing good about this is the box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, they were so... Well, you know what? Okay, so let me take a few steps back and start considering our broader, wider audience. If you love the flavor of Jolly Ranchers, and you are one of those people that have a Jolly Rancher jacket, then you should eat these. You should try it. Bro, I don't know, man. I just feel like maybe Jolly Ranchers shouldn't be a cereal.
Yeah, well, that's what I was wondering. Like, even if you like Jolly, is this an offense to people who like Jolly Ranchers? Because it's.
I feel like it isn't, though. I feel like, see, we started off by saying Jolly Ranchers, they're fine. Yeah. I like Jolly Ranchers, but if you love Jolly Ranchers and you don't feel like there's enough products with the Jolly Ranchers flavor, then you should try these and see if they're like tickling that fancy. Sure. Because I don't love Jolly Ranchers, I like them. And just because you like something don't mean it needs to be everywhere. Sure. And it certainly don't need to be puffed. Don't puff it. Don't puff it. Jolly Rancher, if y'all want to do something, bring the sticks back.
There you go.
Bring the rulers back. Give us the rulers as in the, call it nostalgia and charge us more. Because they used to be like 15 to 25 cents. You can charge us like $1 now. Nobody care. Nobody care. They'll overpay for it and you guys will win. So you can thank me later, but
don't do this.
Don't do this though. Don't do this.
Is it definitely dumpster? Is it going to the dumpster?
Should we take it to the dumpster? All right. Yeah, those are terrible. Those are terrible. We don't need to do that anymore.
So do you want to do the next cereal, the Twinkies cereal? Like, we can try to get that recorded, try to get 2 in the can in one day. Like, how are you feeling after that?
No. I can't even, like, looking at the box right now is making my stomach hurt.